Some people work 40 years and retire with almost nothing. Others start with less, make the same mistakes you do, and end up free. The difference was never luck, and it was never a secret formula. It was a map, a handful of ideas about money that nobody sits you down and explains. Today we're drawing that entire map, start to finish, in one sitting. Earning, debt, saving, investing, cash flow, and the one habit that ties it all together. By the end, you'll see money the way people who are actually good at it see money. Almost everyone starts the same way, trading hours for money. You crank the handle, the light turns on. Stop cranking, the light goes out. That's a job. It's not wrong. It's how you build your first capital. But it has a ceiling, because you only have 24 hours to sell. The shift happens the moment you build something that earns without your hand on the crank. A skill that scales, a small business, an asset. That's leverage. The goal isn't to stop working, it's to stop being the only engine. Here's where most people get hurt. They think all debt is the same. It isn't. Bad debt buys things that lose value while you're still paying for them. The car, the gadget, the vacation on a card. Every payment is a chain link. Good debt does the opposite. It buys something that pays you back more than it costs. A loan for equipment that earns more than the payment. A mortgage on a rental that covers itself. Same word, opposite direction. The question that matters isn't, is this debt? It's, does this debt put money in my pocket or take it out? Income goes up. Spending quietly goes up to match it. New job, new car, raise, bigger apartment. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's the quiet reason so many high earners feel broke. It's not a math problem, it's a psychology problem. The fix isn't to never enjoy your money, it's to decide, on purpose, what enough looks like for you before your bank account decides it for you. The people who build wealth aren't the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who let the gap between earning and spending grow every single year. Most people define an asset as something worth a lot of money. That definition is why so many people feel rich on paper and broke in real life. Here's the definition that actually matters. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket every month, whether you show up or not. A liability is anything that takes money out, no matter how impressive it looks. A house you live in isn't income. It's an expense with a nice view. A boring vending machine that clears $200 a month is a real asset. Stop asking what something is worth. Start asking what it pays you. Here's a number that should be taught before algebra. Someone who invests $200 a month starting at 25 and stops entirely at 35, just 10 years, will end up with more money at 65 than someone who starts at 35 and invests the same $200 every single month for 30 straight years. The early investor put in less than a quarter of the money and still wins. That's not a trick. That's compounding. Growth building on top of growth, silently, for decades. It rewards one thing above all else: time in the market, not timing the market. The best day to start was years ago. The second best day is today. Net worth looks impressive on a spreadsheet. Cash flow is what actually pays your rent. You can be a millionaire on paper. A house, a stock portfolio, a retirement account you can't touch for 30 years, and still not have enough cash to cover this month. Cash flow is simpler and far more honest. What came in, minus what went out, this month. People who build real freedom obsess over that number long before they obsess over their net worth. A small steady river beats a huge lake you're not allowed to drink from. Most people think investing is risky and doing nothing is safe. It's backwards. Inflation guarantees that cash sitting still loses value every single year. That's a certainty, not a risk. The actual risk is ignorance, putting money into something you don't understand, with no plan for what happens if it drops. Learn the thing first, and the risk shrinks dramatically, because now you're not gambling. You're making a calculated bet with a net underneath you. The goal was never to eliminate risk. It's to replace blind risk with informed risk. If you remember only one habit from this whole video, make it this one. Pay yourself first. Not after rent, not after groceries, not after whatever's left at the end of the month. Because for almost everyone, nothing is ever left at the end of the month. The moment income arrives, a fixed slice moves to savings and investing before you're even tempted to touch it. Automate it so it doesn't depend on willpower on a Tuesday night. Every other part of this map, the compounding, the assets, the cash flow, Only works if this habit is running quietly in the background. That's the whole map. Earn through leverage, not just hours. Use debt as a tool, not a trap. Know the difference between what you own and what actually pays you. Let compounding run for decades instead of chasing shortcuts. Watch your cash flow, not just your net worth. Take informed risk instead of no risk. And pay yourself first, automatically before anything else touches that money. None of this is complicated, it was just never drawn out in one place before. If this map was useful, subscribe. Every week we're drawing the next one, from the psychology of money to the habits that actually build wealth. I'll see you in the next one.